I need you guys to trust me for a moment. I know we're just meeting, but I need you to trust me. I'm gonna give you very basic instructions for a very basic task. I'm gonna have you guys try a mind-body connection exercise that I've done with the best basketball players on the planet, because I wanna see how you all stack up. So I need you to set down your coffee, set down your devices, set down your pens, and just have your hands ready. I'm gonna give you very basic instructions for a very basic task. I need you to take your left hand and put it on your nose. Take your right hand, wrap it around and put it on your left ear. And it's okay if you feel a little foolish. You should see what you look like from up here. When I say go, I want you to clap your hands twice, and as fast as you possibly can, you're gonna make the mirror image of that. You'll end up with your right hand on your nose and your left hand on your right ear. I wanna see who the fastest person at the Freddy's reunion is. Go! Oh. Put your hands down. I don't know if Aaron and the rest of the planning committee had you guys sign a liability waiver, but I can't afford for anybody to get hurt during my keynote. As you guys can see, just because something is basic in premise doesn't mean that it's easy to execute. And in your business, in the hospitality business, in the service business, in the food and beverage business, execution is the name of the game. Your success, your growth, and your profitability hinges completely on your ability to execute your three pillars, your three fundamentals: quality, cleanliness, and hospitality. But for those of you taking notes, please write this down. Complexity undermines execution. I'm going to say it again because it's really important. Complexity undermines execution. As leaders, it is your primary responsibility to untether from the unnecessarily complex, make things as simple as possible, focus on the fundamentals, and help your team members simplify success. Now here's your first actionable takeaway. And for those of you that are willing to do this exercise sometime this weekend, I'm telling you it is a game changer, and I encourage you to share this with all of your team members. At some point over the next week, I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to draw a vertical line down the middle. On the left side, I want you to write down an exhaustive list of the things that, let's just say, fill your bucket. The things that make you feel alive, the things that give you energy, the things that nourish your soul. These can be things for your physical, your mental, your emotional, or your spiritual well-being if that's appropriate to you. What are the things that you just love to do and it makes you feel good? Maybe this is taking a yoga class or hopping on a Peloton bike or taking your dog for a long walk. Maybe it's meditation or prayer. Maybe it's reading a good book. Maybe it's simply getting up 15 minutes before everyone else in the house so you can enjoy some stillness before the chaos of the day. But whatever it is, get crystal clear on the things that fill your bucket and make you feel alive. Then on the right side of the paper, I want you to write down how you've been spending the bookends of your day, your morning and your evening routine. What do you typically do for the first 60 minutes after you wake up? And what do you typically do for the 60 minutes before you go to bed? And don't forget that study. We're all creatures of habit. I promise you, everybody in this room has a morning and an evening routine. My only question is, have you designed it with intention, or have you just kind of blindly walked backwards into it? So once you've got your list of the things that fill your bucket, and you have a list of what it is that you actually do on the bookends of your day, to complete this self-audit, you just compare the two sets of notes. And you ask yourself what I believe is the most pivotal question you can ask when it comes to improving your individual performance and productivity. And that is, are you doing the things you know you need to do to fill your bucket? Are you doing the things you know you need to do to fill your bucket? In other words, is the stuff on the left side of the paper showing up in your morning and your evening routine? And if the answer is no, that's okay. If the answer is no, in fact, that's a great first step, because now you have a level of awareness. For those of you taking notes, write this down. Awareness is always the first step to improvement. Awareness is always the first step to improvement. You know how I know that? Because you'll never fix something you're unaware of. You'll never improve something you're oblivious to. So if you can uncover the fact that you know what fills your bucket, but you're not currently doing those things, that is a great first step. Because the key is for you to care enough about yourself care enough about the members of your team, and care enough about your family and the guests that you serve to start prioritizing the things on the left side of the list into your morning and evening routine. And if you do that, I can promise you, here's what will happen. You will see your energy increase, your optimism increase, your performance increase, your productivity increase. All of it will increase if you make sure that you are showing up with a full tank. Here's another actionable takeaway. This one's more of a challenge. Every single morning when you wake up, I want you to put 10 rubber bands on your left wrist. And every time you give an assist to someone in one of those two groups, either someone on your team or one of the guests that you serve, you take one rubber band off of your left wrist and you put it on your right wrist. And an assist is anything you do that goes above and beyond what you are expected to do. This is not part of the job description. This is additional. This is supplemental. This is extra. And anytime you add extra value to anyone in those two groups, you take one rubber band off of your left wrist and you put it on your right wrist. But here's the rub. Your workday's not over until all 10 rubber bands are on your right wrist. Until you know for a fact that you personally have done nothing short of 10 tangible things to add extra value to the two professional groups that should mean the most to you. Now, because you guys are owners and leaders and you're in this room, my guess is you all probably pass out 10 assists before the lunch break. But the real test of your leadership is, can you make that contagious? Can every single team member at your restaurant have the same intentionality and purpose when they show up? And that is to look for ways to add extra value. That was another one of the common themes of Will's keynote yesterday. Don't look for the obvious, look for the extra. And the 10 rubber bands is a great way to help keep that accountable, because then you can have the appropriate peer pressure from teammates. Because if we're getting towards the end of the day and I see most of your rubber bands are still on your left wrist, I'm gonna wanna encourage you. I'm gonna wanna challenge you. I'm gonna wanna hold you accountable. And that's the thought I wanna leave you with before we do one final closing exercise, and I'll finally exit, is the standards you set today will determine who and where you'll be tomorrow. Now, one last closing exercise. Set your phones down, set your coffees down, set your pens down. I just need your hands ready. Don't worry, we're not doing this one again. All you guys need to do is clap. I'm gonna give you very basic instructions for another basic task. My left palm is facing up. When my right palm crosses over my left palm, I want you guys to clap. But here's the thing. I don't wanna hear 492 separate claps. I wanna hear one clap. I wanna hear one voice. I'll go slow just in case some of you are a little bit slow. All right, here we go. Okay. Basic instructions, basic task. Now, there's no way I'd fly all the way out to Scottsdale from DC and leave y'all hanging like that. That ain't cool. I trust you, I believe in you, and I know you're good enough to get this done, so let's try it one more time. All right, here we go. Last one. Ready? As you guys can see, you still have some work to do, so do it. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you. Thanks.
If you know of a team, a business, an event, or organization that would benefit from a message like this, or you know of a group that needs help getting back to the basics, focusing on the fundamentals, and simplifying success, please have them visit alansteinjr.com.